standing on this runway, still in dirty boots. You in that dress, as I'm holding on to you. I feel San Diego sun and ocean breeze, but I can't erase the things that I've seen. So will you wait for me? Because I'm half the way home. I'm only half the way home. I try to run, but that war won't let go. I'm only half the way home. So welcome home from the fire, but it feels like my heart's wrapped in barbed wire. And as you're holding on to me, I just can't erase the things that I've seen. So will you wait for me? Because I'm half the way home. I'm only half the way home. I try to run, but that war won't let go. I'm only half the way home. As I stare into your eyes, I still see the deserts of Iraq. And if only in my mind, I'll get home as fast as I can. But for now I'm half the way home. I'm only half the way home. I try to run, but that war won't let go. I'm only half the way home. I try to run, but that war won't let go. I'm only half the way home.
Almost got all my things packed, every picture that I had, every handwritten letter sent to me. My medal's polished on my chest, my uniform has just been pressed, my dress boots shine perfectly. I've been gone way too long. Send me home on a one-way flight. I'm coming back for good this time, to the place where I was born and raised. Send me home to my family and drape the flag right over me. Now that I've done all I can do, send me home under the red, white, and blue. I know the moment my plane lands, I'll be with my mom and dad again. I hope that they'll be proud of me. We did our job, we paid the cost. Every one of us we lost. Remember this with every breath you breathe. Under the stars and stripes, freedom don't come free. Send me home on a one-way flight. I'm coming back for good this time, to the place where I was born and raised. Send me home to my family and drape the flag right over me. Now that I've done all I can do, send me home under the red, white, and blue. Send me home on a one-way flight. I'm coming back for good this time, to the place where I was born and raised. Send me home to my family and drape the flag right over me. Now that I've done all I can do, send me home under the red, white, and blue. Send me home under the red, white, and blue. Under the red, white, and blue. Under the red, white,
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome to Homeland Hero Salute Podcast with your hosts Doug Macedo and Tim Chambers.
Welcome everybody. Welcome to another episode. I'm your host Doug, and today we've got a special guest with us. We got Danny with ADE. But before we get over and talking with him, I want to give a big shout out to our last guest, which was Drew and Sarah with Heritage Distillery. I appreciate them coming on. It was definitely a pleasure speaking with them and talking about how they got started and the whole salute to the whiskey that they put out. So definitely appreciate them coming on. As well as I want to give a big shout out to all of our viewers and say thank you to the viewers and followers that check us out every week constantly. It's absolutely amazing that you guys check us out, and definitely appreciate you guys doing all that. And also want to give a big shout out to all of our sponsors and donors here at Food Bar Studios Veteran Reinforcement. Want to say thank you to the Heritage Distillery, who definitely donated some stuff to us this year, as well as I want to say thank you to Mark Vaughn with the Veteran Development Corporation. Mark has been there with us for some time, and he has donated a lot of stuff, as well as our challenge coins that we just launched this year. So thank you, Veteran Development Corporation, as well as to Mark. Big shout out to Chris Reed at Reed's down in Middleborough. Reed's Archery, if you're looking for anything for your bow and stuff like that, getting it tuned up, getting some new strings, getting some new arrows, tell Chris I sent you down there. He will get you taken care of and get you on your way back out to the woods so you can get that deer or whatnot. Also to Larry's Landscape Supplies down in Charlton, Massachusetts. He's got everything you need for your landscape supplies. Anything you need from gravel to mulch to 2-inch, 3-inch crushed boulders, stuff like that. He's got it for you. It will also get it delivered to you pretty damn quick. So reach out to him if you're out in this area, which is out in Worcester, Massachusetts. Also want to give another shout out to Big Belly Cafe. Wendy, if you're looking, Wendy, who is the owner, if you're looking for anything, she's got it taken care of for you. I mean, I kid you not. She has the kitchen sink, which is a big old burrito. You will leave there stuffed and leave in there with probably 2 days worth of eating after that as well. A lot of people check them out right before they go to Indian Ranch. A lot of them go in there and check it out. So definitely feel free. We also have the Standards Auto Salvage and Wrecking, which is down in Worcester, Massachusetts. Thank you to them. We have Wolf Aviation. If you go and look and get your private pilot's license, check out Wolf Aviation. Sebastian down there will get you taken care of to get your private pilot's license for just under $7,000. You can't beat that. That's everything. That's the whole nut and bolts. So check them out. They're down in Westfield, Massachusetts. That's Wolf Aviation. We also have New England Blue Collar Printing. That is in Freetown, Massachusetts, which is Lindsay's business. She took care of all of our track day for veterans DTF transfers this year for 2024. So definitely give them a big shout out for definitely hooking us up with that and getting that all designed for us. Thank you again so much. And so without further ado, I want to get it right over here to our special guest today, which is Danny. Danny, you and I have met probably last year. I think it was at, if I'm not mistaken, it was at Star Speedway. I want to say it was.
Yeah, we've met a few times at the racetrack.
Yeah, absolutely. And I want to talk to you and get you on here with us because you've got this organization that you're starting that is helping out veterans and stuff like that. So I want you, if you could, just give us a little brief background of who you are and what you do, and we'll get into talking more about that ADE organization that you do with getting vets in race cars. So.
Yeah, I always knew our paths would cross somewhere outside of the track, and they still will. And I'm glad that we had you out last month at one of our events. But
Yes.
ADE is adaptive driving experience, and what we do is we give our veterans and folks with physical disabilities an opportunity to get behind the wheel of an actual NASCAR race car. and go out on the track and make some laps. And, we do this, really hoping that it's going to make a difference in somebody's life. It's not something that most folks would have an opportunity to do, especially if they are unable to climb through the window of a race car. There are driving experiences out there like the Petty or the Rusty Wallace that require you to do that. But what's unique about what we have is our car has a door and a swivel seat and hand controls. We can get somebody out of from a wheelchair or an amputee behind the wheel, and we get them strapped in. And on the right side of the car, we've got our own race car driver who's got his own set of controls. He's got a steering wheel and a gas and a brake. And what he can do is he can get them out there and keep them safe, make sure they don't hit anything.
Yeah.
And showcases his own driving skills as well. So it's a 2-for-1 experience. Yeah,
absolutely. And when we met, it was at the track, and I got introduced to you. You and I got introduced by Doug and Derek Roby at Star Speedway, and you were talking about this whole stuff and how you were gearing it. It's all to our veterans and stuff like that that have these disabilities, that are not able to get into these race cars. And you were telling me about it, which was like, I was like, holy crap, that's absolutely amazing. That's exciting. I mean, because who else, really, you can look at the Richard Petty driving experience and stuff like that have, driving experience, but nobody caters to, people that are unable to climb through those windows. But you guys, as, regular, individuals, you guys kind of brought your heads together and it's like, bam, this is an absolutely spot to be able to kick it in and be able to help, these individuals that are not able to climb through the window and have another driver to help them out if they need it. How did
there really isn't
Oh, go ahead.
anybody else doing what we're doing. So
No, absolutely. And how did you guys come up with even coming up with this idea of catering to that, but also inventing something that where you're able to have a door that detaches and have still that safety barrier for them?
I can't take credit for it. I didn't come up with the idea. I didn't invent it. I got involved with the organization already in existence.
Yeah.
There was a car, an old Gen 4 race car that was pretty beat up at the time. And the individual who started the organization, he decided he was going to leave and take the car, and we needed to start from scratch. So that's another story that I won't get into right now.
Yeah.
But we started over. We started with a new car, and we went out and we built a brand new. Well, I say brand new. It was a chassis that had some history. It was it is a Ray Evernham chassis. It was driven by Elliott Sadler at one time for Gillette Evernham Motorsports, and then when they disbanded their company, Brian Kozlowski had bought the car, and he was able to get it into the Daytona 500 back in, I believe it was 2011, I think is the year. And then at one point, Brian had taken the Dodge body off of it and put a Toyota Camry body on there, which was for a show car deal that had just never materialized. So it's a 2014 Cup Gen 6 body on there. And we were able to acquire that car as a roller. And from there, we just had these manufacturers, all the best companies all across the country that chipped in and donated parts, everything, under the hood from the engine and and it's great. We got some great New England companies here, but our mission from day one was never to compromise quality or safety on this project. We never did. Everybody was more than willing to jump in and help us out, and we built this car, and it's amazing. And some of the people, like you mentioned, safety people that are have advised us. Some of these people are advising NASCAR on safety, so we did not cut any corners. We just have a overkill, you could say, on safety, but you can never have too much. So,
Yeah.
so we're really proud of what we built, and it's been a long journey to get to this point, and now we're just excited to go out and showcase it and get some vets and some folks behind the wheel and start rolling.
No, absolutely, and it's and it's, as you say, it's like you don't cut corners for safety and stuff, and that's always good to always hear, because again, as we're doing this, or as you're doing this, to get veterans and stuff like that into this and be able to be behind the wheel of this race car, which you're giving them a satisfaction to them, because it's like something that have been living to do, wanting to do, and now they've been able to do it, which we just did this past month up at Star Speedway again, and go around that quarter-mile track, which even though it was only it was a quick day, but it was because of rain that was coming in. A lot of you guys were watching that and anticipating it to rain, but not as soon as it did. You got some veterans into that and be able to take the spin around it. I'll tell you, I still get text messages from some of the veterans. Hey, just let me know once this car is ready.
Oh, yeah.
Let me know. I want to go.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is what brings veterans into this stuff, is because veterans love racing. It gives them that thrill, that in general rush, that it's like their body's just like, whoa, let's go. And that's that's a lot to them, and when they get to have that rush coming back into their bodies, it means a lot, and it's means a lot to myself when I hear veterans are getting things like this kind of therapy, because that's the kind of therapy sometimes we just need as veterans, and you and your team are giving that opportunity to the veterans to be able to do that.
Exactly.
It's absolutely amazing. And I'm glad our paths, this was destiny for our paths, our lives to pass by each other, just like mine was when I met Doug and Derek Roby for the first time. And I'm like, oh, dude, I like racing. I love racing. Let me go work on a car. I don't care what I gotta do. I'll take the simple green and clean off all the rubber off the underneath of the car. That's okay. I'll change out brakes. I'll bleed the brakes. I don't care.
Yeah, you couldn't have picked two nicer guys to
absolutely
to be associated with and to hang out with, genuine guys. And I know one of their sponsors, and he's on there simply because of those two guys. He's like, I don't even care, about the exposure or anything. I only care about, helping two really good guys, father and son, working together at the racetrack. He just wanted to be a part of that, and now he's a part of us too. So that's good.
Absolutely. It's I've got to say, it's been absolutely, I've been honored to be able to say I know these two, because Doug and Derek, even Derek's mom, she takes you under her wing, and she treats you just like her own. She's very nice. I've met Derek's sister, one of his sisters, and I've met now Derek's fiance. And these people are great. They're absolutely amazing. I've met
Good people.
yeah, his race team, the pit guys that come in. What is it, Dan? Oh, geez, Dan and there's three other guys that go to the races, and God, I can only think of Dan because I talk to Dan sometime quite a bit.
Yeah, I'm terrible with the names too, but I recognize the faces, and I try to get there as often as I can to see them. And he's a good driver.
He is, and it doesn't matter what.
He has fun.
Oh yeah, he does. From doing the Pro 4 modifieds to doing the to the midget, it's he enjoys it, and he loves it. It's like his passion. It's just like him doing the sales with the company he works for, the illustration Speedway Illustration. Even the owner,
Speedway Illustrated magazine. Yeah.
Yes, he even the owner's like he's like he loves Derek, because he's like like a son to him. It's just great. These guys are great, and what you're doing is absolutely amazing as well. It's like, and I'm glad our paths have crossed, because again, this is something that I think a lot of veterans are bound to enjoy, because everybody that I've talked to so far, and that I believe it was Adam who got to drive the race, the car, before it rained and everything. He even said himself, says, dude, this was absolutely amazing. And like everybody else was like so jealous of him, be able to do it. And but it's something that these are what the veterans like.
We'll get back there. I mean, like you had said, the adrenaline, the thrill. When I first got involved in this organization, I started meeting veterans who had been injured, and they weren't race fans, but they had done things in their life, motorcycles, cars, and they went to battle some of these guys, and then they got injured, and it's not easy when you lose your mobility, and there's a lot of things that really kind of take the wind out of your sails, and it's I can't imagine what they go through when they it's 365 days a year for these guys, and if we could just somehow be a small part of that, and make show, maybe give them some inspiration, and maybe, I don't know, it sounds cliche, like showing people they can achieve their dreams or whatever, but a race car, the beauty of it is it's kind of an equalizer for people, because whether you have mobility or you don't, you get strapped in, and everybody's the same, really, and you get out, and the experience is the same. You're here in the car, you're feeling it, you're feeling the G-forces in the corner, and Star Speedway and tracks like that are the best. People always ask me, hey, how come you don't go to Daytona or go onto a big track? I said, well, that'd be boring, and I don't want to go 180 miles an hour in a car. It's just not right. And it's more exciting when it's small, and there's some banking, and you can feel the G-forces, and it's small enough that people are right there at the side of the track cheering you on, and when they get to see you get out of the car, and the smile on your face, and that certainly is what drives us to keep going. With this, I know you had said, there's not really anybody else doing this, and what I sadly learned some time ago was that it's not profitable for these companies to make a car like ours, and that's the reason why they're not doing it. And it's the passion and the desire to help people and make a difference with the use of a race car that makes us do what we do. It's has nothing to do with money. In fact, it's the opposite of money, because we all dump our own money. None of us are rich, and we just work regular jobs, and then at the end of the day, we put our ADE hat on, and we get to work on that, and money comes out of our pockets on a regular basis. And because me personally, I believe in this cause very much, and I believe that we're going to get to a point where we'll really start to build momentum, and people will see what we've been working on, and hopefully grow the organization into multiple cars, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I mean, because again, I mean, your background, you didn't, you're not a veteran yourself, you know, but you want to be able to help out the veterans, like if you were a veteran, you're trying to give them this, the satisfaction of be able to enjoy life, but knowing that they have to still be in that wheelchair, bound or whatnot, you're still giving them that sense and be able to help them with that. And I applaud you for that, because that's absolutely amazing that you are helping the veterans out with this, because that's amazing, and
It's feel good when people say, doing things for charity or working for a nonprofit is selfless. That's not true, because the feeling that you get as an individual, I'm not going to lie, we get to play with a race car, which is very cool.
Yeah.
But then what we get to do with it is awesome. And that is super rewarding, and I've had a taste of it enough times here that, it keeps the dream alive and the drive going. And we're moving forward. We got a full head of steam right now. And I couldn't be more excited to, finish off this year and, make plans for next season. One of the issues that we'll always have is, getting track time. And, there's a lot of tracks that have local ordinances. They can only give you, they can only do race dates.
Yeah.
So, thankfully, Star Speedway has a good relationship with the town, and we're able to squeak in there. But, we'll continue to, as we grow, hit other tracks throughout New England, and I'm sure we'll end up outside of New England before too long as well. And just try to schedule these things with with folks who can come. It's a lot to put it together.
Yep.
Between the volunteers that come, the drivers that come. Most people are working, getting the track, getting the insurance, all the realities of it, but well worth the effort. And we're going to have a good 2025. But the one that you were at Star last month was really the first time we put together something like that.
Yeah.
And it was a great learning experience for us.
Yeah.
And I think we have what we need to move forward in the right direction. So
Absolutely. And I look forward to many more coming out too, because I'll tell you, the sense of it, the sense of it is absolutely amazing, and I want to keep going every time that you have it out there, because it's good to be able to put the word out there for stuff that's out there for veterans, because again, that's what us veterans we do. We take care of one another, and we tell everybody about the good, bad, and indifference of a lot of different stuff. And this is one of the good things that is out there for veterans. And for the viewers that are watching, it's this this is something, you definitely want to look into. If any of the donors or sponsors that, donate or sponsor to us, definitely reach out to Danny over at ADE. I'll have his information down below, so you guys can definitely connect with one another. Because again, this is another opportunity to that is literally legit. That is here to help our veterans, and we gotta stick with each other and be able to help and support these organizations like this. And I want to keep continuing.
Yeah, like you said,
this.
With your sponsors and whatnot, we've had a few organizations reach out to us, and we don't want to charge anybody to do this.
No.
So there are some organizations that already exist and they have their own fundraising network and they can do that. But like in the case of last month, it was Eversource Power. They have a veteran fund that they give back to the community that's targeted towards veterans, and that was, they donated to us to make that event happen. And so there are organizations out there and companies that can they have these funds available.
Yeah.
And that's where we're going to target, to just pay for the expense of going to the track and the expenses associated with the event is all we're looking to do. So it's a great way for a company, especially a larger company, or maybe there's veterans and folks that could come out and really get the most out of this experience with this car.
Yeah.
And they may work for the company or friends or family of employees. So it's a great way for a company to come out and just have a good bonding, give back to their veteran employees and whatnot.
Absolutely. So absolutely. So I'll have all of Danny's information down below. I know we're getting to the close to the end of the episode, and Danny, I know, like I said, I want to keep going to all these events, which I follow you guys on Facebook. I encourage everybody.
Standing invitation.
Yeah, I want everybody. I encourage everybody to go out there.
And your grill, of course.
Yes, you. That is the Blackstone Grill. If anybody has seen the photos, it's a Blackstone Grill. I'll tell you, it's perfect. It's cement. I just covered it up tonight because now we got to put away into the garage so I can cook downstairs, because once it starts snowing, I got to make sure I can still cook with it. So,
yeah.
Wife will
not talk about that yet, but
yeah. But I encourage all of our followers, our listeners, please go check ADE out. Give them a like, give them a follow. Check them out on everything, and if you guys can, definitely, if you can donate $5, $10, $15, $20, please do. These guys are definitely making it happen for the veterans, which they've sacrificed so much. It is just our duty to definitely be able to sacrifice, that one night out to eat to, what do you call it? Chili's, Applebee's for $20, 2 for $20. Sacrifice that one night, go and just donate the $20.
It's a charitable donation. We are a 501c3, nonprofit.
So please donate to them. Even if you're going to Red Lobster or something, or to Longhorn, take that $150 that you're gonna drop, because I'll tell you, I've done it on my birthday. Just donate it to them. Donate to this group, because it's an opportunity to make another veteran or veterans be able to enjoy, some kind of relaxation, and give them back to the thrill that they can get back to and everything. Before we end this, Danny, I want to, what do you have anything in store for 2025 that you may be able to drop or say, this is what we might be looking at? Wink, wink. type deal. Is there anything you can give us a little sneak peek, maybe?
I mean, I wouldn't say that there's anything set in stone. I think it's going to be nothing on a grand scale.
Yeah.
But everything is going to be, I hate to say low key, but you know, it's going to the track, and you know, it's not a lot of flash. It's really just about getting the drivers in there, and you really just, we got to pick a day that there's no rain.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the goals moving forward are, let's get to the track. Let's get your friends and your colleagues, you know, back suited up again, and get them behind the wheel. And you know, we just want to you know, we still have some goals for growth, like building another car.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's going to be important to have another car, just for the sake of, because track time is so valuable and scarce, that if we've got 2 cars running, it takes a long time, you know, we discovered, to get some drivers, many of them, suited up and into the car. So, and then to come back out and swap them out again. If we had 2 cars, we'd be doing, you know, we'd have one ready to go so that we could rotate cars on the track.
Yeah.
And twice as many drivers in the same allotment of time, which would be huge.
Yeah.
So so it's something that we're looking at. You know, you don't just go to the dealer and buy a NASCAR race car. So
no, there's no Walmart or no dealership that's gonna be like, yep, here you go, here's it all set.
Not easy to get, and also very expensive. So.
Oh, absolutely. It's I wouldn't say that's like someone's back, you know, the change in their pocket that they carry around every day to purchase one of those things. But
but for a big company, it's nothing.
Correct.
You
and
know,
it's manageable,
and
it's another write-off for them too, you know.
And it's a you know, it's an opportunity for them to put their name on a car that goes out and does great things. So
absolutely.
Yes.
So
all they got to do is call me.
Absolutely. All they got to do is ring that bell for you, man. That's all they got to do.
My phone, all the phone numbers on the website are my personal cell phone, and you can go on there and ring my phone, and I will probably answer it, even though I get, you know, a lot of phone calls. The spam comes in all day, so if I don't answer it, send me a text or text me first. It's I'm very easy to get a hold of, and it's my favorite subject. I love talking about it.
Absolutely. I can testify to that. So definitely, we appreciate you coming on and talking to us about this opportunity for veterans, and you know, we definitely wish you the best of luck for the coming season of 2025 and everything, because I definitely am looking forward to it. You know, and
thank you for having us.
Absolutely, and it's been a pleasure, and I'm honored to be able to speak to, you know, another person that enjoys racing just as much as I do, and the next person. But we're gonna have Beavis and Butthead take it over and tell us what they think about the episode, as it's my favorite all time children's show as I was growing up watching MTV. And music videos, VH1. So
yes,
we will have Beavis and Butthead take it over and tell us what they think, and we'll catch you guys later. And we salute you guys, and thank you so much.
Thank you, and we'll talk to you soon, Doug.
Absolutely, thank you.
Thank you for supporting Homeland Heroes Salute Podcast. Please make sure to like and follow Homeland Heroes on all of your social media outlets. Homeland Heroes Salute Podcast is a Foo Bar Studios Sinista1 co-production.